Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to HD News.
Chino HD Training.
Another story that I found made me have a second look. So the title is Personal Trainer 64 sues luxury health club where he worked for age discrimination because they refuse to play any music that is more than 18 months old. The TLDR is that the personal trainer started working at the London health club chain. They had space in 2001. Policy said any music played in the club had to have been recorded within 18 months. There was no bar on playing old music as long as it was recent recording or a recent recording. Personal trainer claimed he was being discriminated against by the policy, but his claim was thrown out by an employment tribunal on December the 20th, 2021. I mean, this is interesting. I mean, for me personally, unless it's a classic and unless I don't really hear it that much, anything that's like Bin, obviously I respect that it's got a good beat and I respect that it might be a chart topper. But if it's too old, it's too old. It's just, it kind of gets to a point where if you've heard it so many times, I just phase out. I'm like that when I watch TV shows or movies. If I've seen it before, like I can't watch a movie twice unless it's a classic. So for me, I'm thinking White Chicks, classic. I can watch that countless times.
Your mother's ass is so hairy, it looks like Don King's about to pop out and say, "Only in America."
Some Marvel films, maybe Spider-Man, Back to the Future, classic. I can watch that time and time again. And it doesn't, well, it gets old, but it's because the movie is that good, I can, hold out. But sometimes when it comes to songs and you get it where it's so repetitive, it's so overplayed, and you get sick of it, get absolutely sick of it. So we're going to delve in a little deeper. His employer were described as a cutting edge and modern organisation for whom image and presentation have become an increasing priority. That's the thing for most healthcare brands, image is just important. They want to be associated maybe with young, hip, up and coming. The main consumer base is 18 to 30-year-olds. I've been to gyms, the trendy gyms, I've been to grotty gyms, I've been to like meathead gyms. And there are some gyms that play like club music, like proper dance rave music that I'm just not about it. And I stick my headphones in and I try to grit my teeth and bear with it. I'm in the gym right now, you guys know I'm in JD Gym. And they play okay music, they play it low enough that I don't need to hack my headphones all the way up. Regardless, I like what I like, and unless I forget my headphones, I'm not really thinking about what the gym music plays. But when I do forget my headphones, it doesn't matter if they're playing bangers, I'd be like, no. But yeah, let's dive into this a bit more. The guy who said he does not listen to Radio 1 or go clubbing complained that the gym policies put him at a disadvantage, claiming he was being discriminated against by his employer's refusal to play older music. But his claim was thrown out by an employment tribunal on December the 20th last year after the club, where membership costs more than $200 a month, argued that tracks recorded years ago just don't sound as good when played through their sound system. And that's another thing, yeah. You've got to remember that these songs that were played years ago on different systems, when it comes to being hyped up, played out, the basses maybe sound terrible, the equalizers aren't on properly. So yeah, that's all I know about music. Equalizers. The head of the group Exercise, who has a background in the music industry, told the tribunal that modern music simply sounded better than tracks recorded in the past. Music production has advanced significantly, and with time, this has meant that songs that were produced years ago do not sound as good when played on new sound systems in comparison to new music, which has been produced and designed to be played with current technology, he said. This is one of the reasons why we request that songs that are used are no older than 18 months old. It just goes on to try to like discredit the PT, saying that from the investigation, the PT, on top of many things, had failed to adhere to uniform and timekeeping policies, had ate food in the studios and left rubbish there after classes. And at a point in 2019, the PT raised a grievance alleging bullying, harassment, and age, race, and sex discrimination. He said that he felt he was being targeted. However, this was dismissed. So, yeah, I mean, again, it goes on and on about like the ins and outs about this guy's character, what he likes to do, why he's set around his ways with music. But ultimately, when you're a PT, you're paying rent to be in a gym. You're paying rent to be in a gym. You sign a contract to that gym to adhere to their policies. I don't know why I'm doing this. To adhere to their policies and to pretty much be a front-facing arm of that gym. And as a result, if you don't like what they're playing and that's your main gripe, you don't have to be there. I mean, I can't really see in this guy's favour. I can see why it got thrown out. I mean, at the end of the day, to try to raise an employment grievance in that manner about being age discriminated against, if that's the case, anyone could just raise a grievance. Like, the floodgates would just be everywhere. My restaurant, my sports clothing shop, my whatever, this and this and this, my cafe plays only the radio, my workplace only plays this on repeat, this CD. I mean, I worked in a sports clothing store way back when, and yeah, they had the same tracks on repeat. I worked in bars where they had the main singer and he would play the same songs that, week in, week out, and you'd know what the time was by where he was in his set. You didn't even have to look at the clock. And for me, I'd be like, I just can't stand it anymore. But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Like, if I don't like it, I can just leave, but then I can't go get a new set. Who am I to say that? So, by that example, yeah, I'm not really feeling this.
Chino HD Training.